turned 10 years old.
Just talk a little closer to that so they can...
I just turned 10 years old, and I am a 4th grader at Felix A. Williams. I expected school to be a little bit different in the beginning, but I didn't think it would stay this way all year long, and I was surprised by the rules. A lot of them didn't make any sense to me, like the fact that we were not allowed to play on the playground or have student council, or turn to face each other at lunch, and we also have to wear masks outside at PE and on track. I love my school and all, but my teachers seem really stressed, and that makes me feel bad. One teacher walks around with a clipboard full of referrals for any student whose mask isn't on properly. It makes me feel scared. That same teacher yells at us having our masks down to drink water while we are outside in car line. She told us we had to wait until we were in our parents' car to have a drink of water. She had her mask down the entire time while she was yelling at us, which makes me and all my friends very mad. This happens a lot. And it seems unfair teachers take their masks off while they yell at us kids and that we need to pull ours up. I asked my mom if there's a word for this, and she said there is. Hypocrisy. Wearing a mask all day makes me feel really tired and gives me really bad headaches. Sometimes I'm in school and I need to lay low in the dark until they're gone. My mask also sticks to my face when it's really hot, and it makes it hard to breathe. I feel like I can't catch my breath, and that makes me feel claustrophobic and anxious. It's really stressful. I finished taking all of my FSAs, and I had a hard time focusing with the mask on. A few weeks ago, I ran into my teacher outside of school. She didn't even recognize me because she's never seen my face before. But I knew it was her because she sits at her desk a lot without a mask on. I know my teacher has asthma and everything, but I understand why it's hard for her to wear a mask, and I think she should have that choice. But I should too. I have allergies, and I feel really anxious with my face covered. But I'm not allowed a mask break like her. It seems unfair. All this seems unfair, and it doesn't make sense. I miss seeing people's face. I miss the way things used to be. I'm scared they'll never go back to normal. Breathing freely doesn't seem like something we should have to ask any other people for permission for. Please make masks optional. Today it would be so awesome to end the school year on a really happy note like that. Thank you for your time.
Okay, this question, I'm going to go to Dr. Fauci, Dr. Marks, and Dr. Lewinsky. What percentage of the employees in your institute, your center, or your agency of your employees has been vaccinated?
You know, I'm not 100% sure, Senator, but I think it's probably a little bit more than half, probably around 60%.
Dr. Mark?
I can't tell you the exact number, but it's probably in the same range. Some people vaccinated at our facility and others at outside of the facility.
Dr. Lewinsky?
We're encouraging our employees to get vaccinated. We've been doing town halls and education seminars. Our staff have the option to report their vaccination status, but as you understand, the federal government is not requiring it, so we do not know.
Okay, and listen, you're the face of why people should get vaccinated. And knowing and promoting and confidently giving numbers, percentages, I think is really, really important as we go into this last part. Now, if you tell me that there's some statute that says you can't require somebody to tell you, imagine being the parent of a school-age kid who for generations has been required to have their kids vaccinated before they could start school. And the fact that even within our health organizations, we can't require that of people. We're going to have tough decisions to make. Employers are going to make those decisions. There have been decisions already made by colleges around the country that said, if you're on faculty or you're a student, you're not coming next year if you're not vaccinated. Now, they have the ability to do that. These are tough questions with even tougher answers. But if we're going to get that last mile coverage, we're going to have to start portraying that we're willing to do to ourselves what we're asking the American people to do.
Realize this is a diabolical plan to bring in a world government under the UN, under the WHO. So listen again to the words very carefully of the governor. More than half the deaths in the state were sending sick people with flu, pneumonia, and COVID into nursing homes, knowing it would kill them. And then $53,000 per person if they intubated them, even though scientists up front said that will kill people when they have this COVID to put them on a ventilator.
When you got vaccinated, you got a card. You could also have the Empire Pass, which is on your smartphone. But on a vaccinated venue, you will be asked or can be asked to produce that card and proof of vaccination. So it can be the Excelsior Pass or the card, but you have to show that when you enter the venue. Or if you're asked, you have to present that.
There's a QR code on it that you'll be able to use to present as proof of your vaccination.
As more people get vaccinated, a doctor has created a way to show off your COVID vaccination status.
What do they call it?
Immunoband.
Immunoband. It's basically a bracelet. I mean, it's rubber, got a little bit of metal on it, that allows you to digitally access your COVID-19 vaccination documentation, if that makes sense. It was designed to help businesses reopen. Specifically, a lot of restaurants are using it, like the wait staff. You don't have to ask, have you been vaccinated? So, starting today, employees at a local restaurant will be sporting them for the first time ever.
This microneedle patch is an exciting development. It's a great example of how NIH-funded research and innovation and technology can improve the lives of all of us. The microneedle patch is a dime-sized patch of needles that are so tiny you can barely see them with the naked eye. And within this dime there'll be 100 or so of these tiny needles that are so small that when you place them on the skin, they don't cause any pain, even after they penetrate the skin. And they are biodegradable because they can dissolve in water. Because they are needles, you can use them for an injection of vaccine or even drugs such as insulin.
Aujourd'hui, au bout de ça, on parle de puces qu'on pourra s'implanter. Ce sera quand ça?
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir. Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux ou dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital. Ce que nous voyons, c'est une sorte de fusion du monde physique, digital et biologique.
On appelle quelqu'un, on n'a même plus le réflexe de devoir prendre un appareil, ça se fait naturellement. La technique continue le corps.
Oui, vous parlez et vous dites, je veux maintenant être connecté avec n'importe qui. Et d'abord, vous avez les robots personnalisés. Et j'ai vu que M. Zuckerberg a prédit qu'à la fin de l'année, il va avoir son robot, son butler personnalisé qui est à sa disposition.
Donc, comme dans Downton Abbey, on aura son butler personnel, son serviteur, son esclave.
Oui, mais il y a une différence. C'est un serviteur qui, avec l'intelligence artificielle, apprend et qui n'est pas seulement votre assistant pour des travaux manuels, qui peut vraiment être un partenaire intellectuel de vous.
And have you seen any other vaccine that was put out for the public that skipped the animal test?
Never before, especially for children.
And what I've read, they actually started the animal test, and because the animals were dying, they stopped the test. Folks, I think that's important to understand there, that what we're talking about is the American people are now the guinea pigs. This is the test program that's going on. They didn't do the human testing, and they stopped the animal test because the animals were dying. And then they turned it out for the public. And we are now looking at businesses that want to mandate that this experimental vaccine be given to people as a condition of their employment.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.